A first alert update. Green Bay police today identifying the two women found dead on Sunday. Authorities have charged a Green Bay man with their murders. Scott Coral joins us in the studio as police continue to look for answers. Scott.
Cami, Green Bay police say 58-year-old Ronna Sigelski of Green Bay and 53-year-old Paula O'Connor of Bellevue were found in a home on the 1600 block of LK Lane. Officers were dispatched to Sigelski's home Sunday, where they found the women. Police have arrested a suspect in the case, 48-year-old Richard Sotka, who claims he lived with one of the women. Court documents from a bail jumping case say he was wearing an ankle monitor at the time of the murders and it pinged at the scene that morning. Sotka was later arrested in Arkansas, about 90 minutes outside of Memphis, Tennessee. He's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for the death of the women. Sotka is awaiting extradition back to Brown County. Green Bay police are still investigating. Anyone with information on this case is asked to call authorities. You don't have to give your name.